Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for Ihuykatumu. This is the first new dungeon made available by Final Fantasy XIV's newest expansion, Dawntrail. I know you've been missing my prime puns, and it's about time we got new content, so what are you waiting for? This guide will have you climbing the ladder of success and help you become the alpha predators of these bosses. My name is Ms. Tech and I'll be your dungeon guide. This first area will spawn a few waves of mobs as your boat traverses the river. Eventually you break down and will have to continue on foot through the jungle, which will lead you right into the maw of the first boss, Prime Punity. Press will deal group-wide damage, shield and heal as necessary. Hydro Wave is a large frontal cone attack that all players must move away from. Periodically, the boss will turn to face the jungle and cast Resurface. He'll suck in a ton of trees and debris before expelling them all over the platform. This will cause a number of circle and line AoE attacks to form haphazardly over the platform, and players will need to dodge each accordingly. This attack ends with this flower mob casting a room-wide donut attack, and all players will need to run in to avoid getting hit. When the boss casts Song of the Punity, 4 extra adds will appear and tether to each player, targeting them with large AoE circle attacks. Players will have to move away from each other to avoid overlapping damage. Eventually, these extra mods will become targetable, and the tank should grab enmity while the rest of the group burns them down as quickly as possible. Shore Shaker will have 3 donut attack telegraphs appear in succession. Players can dodge the first circle and then move into the boss to dodge the rest of the attacks. All of these mechanics will repeat until the boss is down. In the next section, players will traverse this cave while fighting multiple groups of mobs. Enjoy the fancy new ladder climbing technology and make your way to the second boss, Drowsy. Uppercut will target the primary target with a heavy hitting tank buster. Use those cooldowns and heal as necessary. When the boss casts Sow, a number of plant tendrils will appear on the map. These tendrils will cast long line attacks in the direction of the arrow displayed around their base. Players will need to move out from in front of these to avoid getting hit. At the same time, the boss will begin to dance, causing each tendril to grow in size. This will make the next attack also get bigger, so keep that in mind as you adjust to dodge each attack. Sneeze is a massive frontal attack, and all players will need to move behind the boss to avoid getting hit. Spit will have the boss moving to a random part of the platform, and players will have to follow and get behind to avoid this attack as well. This attack will form a number of Mimiclot adds that the tank will need to pick up while everyone else burns them down. While these adds are alive, players will be targeted by flagrant spread circles, and they'll need to move away from others to avoid overlapping damage. Once these adds are destroyed, the boss will repeat the same mechanics until he's put down for his nap. In the final section of Trash, players will encounter multiple groups of mobs and will have to fight getting distracted by how pretty everything is. The final boss is Apollyon. Razor Zephyr is a large line attack that will target a random player. Move away to avoid getting hit. Blade will target the primary target with a heavy hitting tank buster. Don't forget your cooldowns. Eventually, the boss will jump to the center and summon a number of adds before casting High Wind. This will deal high group-wide damage and kill the adds, allowing the boss to feed on them. Doing so will power up the boss for a short time. When the boss's wing beats are powered up, the boss will jump around the platform a few times before casting Blades of Famine. This attack will have multiple lines fanning out from the boss, and players will need to dodge between them to avoid getting hit. Levin Sickle will have multiple circle AoEs appear over the platform that will throw out massive AoE attacks. Players will need to carefully dodge each set of attacks and then be ready to spread apart their Thunder 3 circle attacks to avoid excess damage. Another round of adds for the boss to spawn and devour, this time powering up its scything forearms. This will cause the Blade Tank Buster to also add a wind debuff and a donut attack on the tank. All players will need to move into the safe zone to avoid the extra attack. The boss will then leap to a random edge of the platform and cast Razor Storm towards the center. All players will need to quickly run behind the boss to avoid getting hit. Wind Whistle will cause a tornado to spawn on the platform that will move around and throw out a Starburst AoE attack at random. Players will need to keep an eye out for its location and line themselves up with the little X's formed by the AoE telegraphs. Doing so will have them in a safe zone when the attack goes off. This tornado persists for some time, so keep those eyes open. All of these mechanics will repeat until the boss is down. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.